Blood, Boys, and Belarus. Alekseev has had his first rehearsal at Eurovision 2018. Shall we talk about him? Let's do this! Oh, that is right. Red, 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 red on the Belarusian flag, red on the Belarusian stage. This performance is filled with so many what the moments. It's unbelievable. Basically, he holds a rose. He's like this matador in a way, singing to his beloved. Then he presents the rose to the camera. It sticks on the camera. The camera spins. The next thing you see is a woman who shoots the rose through his hand. We are talking blood and gore. He's on a platform. At the end, he turns around, and his back is a strange mixture of raw skin, blood, and rose petals. It looks very prosthetic, very Halloween, but it's very memorable. I'm laughing, but I'm loving. This is so memorable, so funny, so WTF. I have a feeling he's going through to the final, because if you were asked what happened today, you're going to remember this and a few other things. This is a standout performance, even if it's wackadoodle crazy and what the hell.
Oh, wackadoodle crazy is probably an understatement of the year. And just everything about it, because he kind of starts off and he looks like he's straight out of like a Jane Austen or novel, like he's Mr. Darcy or the Brontes, like Heathcliff, something like that. And then the woman appears after she takes his rose, and she looks like a Spanish flamenco dancer crossed with the woman from Fuse Mark last year with Lithuania.
Yeah.
And everything just from the rose, and then she pulls the bow and it like impales his hand. And he explodes, and he's on the rising platform. He explodes into rose petals and the blood and guts at the back. It's completely just so beyond crazy.
Yeah.
And it's not like past Belarusian entrants, they've had one crazy moment where the butterfly wings opened up or Aliona Lenskaya came out of the disco ball.
Belarus?
But that was one moment.
Yes.
This is like crazy. And but then, amidst all the crazy, it's probably the most competent live performance he's given, because there was no bum notes and all this kind of nonsense that was there during the Belarusian national final. So from that point of view, it was a success.
It sounded amazing, I thought.
It's sort of, I mean, it's very much going along the Mika Newton school of, okay, so maybe the song isn't the best thing, but we're just going to distract you throughout, and you'll just remember that, and that's why you'll vote. And that does work, and then it doesn't, because that was one gimmick kind of going along. Like you said, you know, a lot of these ones that have done well and made it to the final for Belarus, it's because they had the one gimmick. Same with Jacques Hudek last year, where there was only the one thing. There was the one sight gag with Jacques where it's like he turns around and you realise, oh no, he's singing to himself on the backdrop as well. This is one after the other, and then like a whole load of blood and rose guts later. And it might work, it might not. I don't know whether it's just a bit too crazy, but you know, it's worked because that is the thing that we are all talking about. I mean, the press centre literally just started like dying with laughter, but in a kind of, oh my God, I'm so happy you've done this way. It's kind of harkens back to the Eurovision of like 5 or 6 years ago, or maybe a bit longer, where people maybe didn't take themselves as seriously as they do now. And that's a good thing, and then it's a bad thing, because it's like, it's great to see that kind of prop battle coming back, but at the same time that died off for a reason. So I hope in a way that it does do well, just to show people you can do a bit campy and creative. One thing though, I don't like that end shot, if only for continuity reasons, because he kind of vomits the roses out of his mouth at one point in like the VR thing.
Yes.
And then it sort of turns into, oh, there is a...
So sorry.
There is a phone call. It's Alekseev himself. He's saying he didn't vomit.
It's actually Eduardo Grossi. Like, that's so funny.
And then he's got the wound on his back, which is like, well, are you just made of roses? Oh, like, I don't get it, but yeah.
Yeah, très compliqué. The thing is, you make an interesting point. Back in the day when there were all those over-the-top performances, they often didn't do well because there were so many of them. But this is one over-the-top performance in a sea of not so over-the-top performances, so it really stands out. And also, at the end of the day, the voice needs to be respected. So he's making us laugh, but he's also, you know, earning applause because it's a good performance. If you're at a party, everybody's drunk, I always say this is the kind of performance people in the UK would vote for instance. They would remember the matador who's in love with somebody off camera with the bow and arrow, you know?
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, it's the most over-the-top performance we've seen today. But today we've also seen an Azerbaijan woman run up and down some icebergs. We've seen a Czech man play with his school bag, spin it around.
And break his back.
We've seen an Israeli woman have a fleet of lucky cats behind her. We're going to see an Estonian woman do magic things with her dress. So he's not that unusual with his over-the-top performances. This year's Portugal got rid of the basics with their LED screens and out came the props.
Yeah.
But this is something extra, and he is extra with that performance.
He
I'm sorry.
is extra, honey. In any case, are you looking forward to seeing all the blood and gore? Are you worried that his back looks like intestines? I certainly am. In any case, you can let us know here on wiwibloggs.
Make sure to leave a like.
And subscribe and turn on the notifications.
Yeah, we'll see you later. Bye.